Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to MotoGP and welcome to first round of Season 3, Grand Prix of Qatar. You say Qatar, you say Qatar. Well, either one, whichever you say. Let's hop right into it and do a replay. So, I did the full race weekend. And I qualified. I qualified in P26, and if you notice what just happened there, and I find this sort of interesting, I got absolutely dropped on the start in the drag race portion of the start down to turn 1. I got absolutely dropped. Now, something that I noticed when I did the full weekend, there is like practice programs if you're into F1, well, I guess any of the F1 games by Codemasters. You know, they have the practice programs, and it's to familiarize you with the track and also give you an opportunity to get some points, right, to do some things with. So I did those, and I wasn't doing those in the KTM series. I was just hopping right in and racing. So I went ahead and did those, and I'm glad I did because I realized that in this series, this is the Petronas Sprinta series, Petronas Sprinta series. I noticed that if you do those practice programs in this series, you do get points to upgrade the bike. And when I saw that start, I mean, I know I didn't qualify well, but when I saw that start and how I got dropped, I think, yeah, you got to work on the bike. Same as you do in the Codemasters F1, where you need to upgrade the car. So what's a little grippy right here is there's a meter between promotion and dismissal, and I'm down by the dismissal side. And I qualified in P26, and you know, that ain't cool. So I will say that this is a really encouraging race for me because I feel like I'm controlling the bike much, much better. I feel like I'm staying more on the line. I don't get crashed out as much anymore. I go wide occasionally, I have to say, but not like I used to. I feel like I'm a lot more in control of the bike. We could do without this coverage. Come on, man. Switch to a new camera. There you go. I'm staying on the line a lot better. I'm doing more moves. I'm setting up riders. Now, admittedly, I'm toward the back of the pack, but I'm setting up riders. Like if I get past, you know, I'll kind of do the switch around, and you know, they pass on the inside and drift a little bit wide, and I just chill out and settle down to the inside, right, and repass them on the following turn, following curve. So it's getting there. I'm a lot happier with the way I'm riding than I was before. But in this is the Honda NSFR, and there's a lot more adjustability and tunability. It does have an auto. It's not auto master setup. It doesn't set up the entire bike. It's very specific, and it asks you, where are you having problems? Are you having problems braking? Are you having problems accelerating? Top speed, turns. If you select turns, entry, apex, exit, then you go to the next one. Okay, so you're having problems in turns. On exit, what is the problem? I'm having some oversteer. Okay, and it suggests the changes, and then you can either accept them, decline them, or make them yourself. So the bike is a lot more adjustable for your riding style at this level, and I think that may be helping as well, because I'm not flailing all over like I was. I mean, I'm not a pro, you know that, but I'm not flailing like I was, and that's encouraging. I don't know if I just need to improve the way I'm riding to move up, or if I have to kind of suck for a season while we upgrade the bike. And it's one of those things that the more points you get to upgrade the bike, the faster you can upgrade the bike gets faster, and then you can win more races and get more points, etc. So, chicken and the egg, yo. I'm not super pleased with this camera, so let's find a new camera. Is it this one? Is it this one? It's this one. Not that one. That one. There we go. I just want some external views. So, yeah, man, I was pleased with it. I'm really disappointed on this replay that there can't be any track information. Like, where we are. I mean, obviously I'm toward the back, but again, I'm not getting dropped. I'm like 25 or 26 out of 30 right now, but I'm only a few seconds behind that big snarl of bikes right up in front of me, and I do catch them up a couple times. And I notice where I catch them up is on braking, which is encouraging. It's like I can catch them on braking. I brake later. Then we make the train, right? We go through the corners. We go through the turns at the same speed. And then on the straights, they pull away from me. So, now we're back to this. Tell you what, let's go chase a little bit. Yeah, this is nice and steady. Right, so right here. Catch them up a little bit. Now, admittedly, they slow down for the turn, but we'll watch for a minute here. And I really do feel like I catch them up on braking, and then they just pull away from me. But I'm much happier with the line that I'm taking now. Much more controlled, much more deliberate. You know, like I'm not ashamed of that. That's definite progress. So, I mean, I love the sim. I hope I get better at it, because right now I have to, well, either, pardon me, either I'm terrible at this sim or it's really, really hard. Because I don't have the AI potatoed. It's dialed back, but it's not potato. And, like, I'm not getting dropped, but I'm not passing anybody. And this is weird too. This is a 9-lap race. I'm going 50% race length for the Grand Prix. And like 3 or 4 laps in, and then 6 or 7 laps in, everybody that's behind me just rubber bands right up to me. And I know all developers say, oh, you know, we use proprietary AI technology. We would never rubber band. But I don't know, man. I feel like there's some rubber banding sometimes. Because everybody behind me just like out of nowhere comes up and starts swarming all over me. And I mean, I'm saying they're rubber banding. It could be that actually is. Yeah, see, caught everybody up on braking. And I can dice with them. You know, we're hanging in the corners. But then on the straight, they just pull away. So we'll keep tuning the bike. AI. It could be rubber banding. It's easy to, you know, as much as we love these sims, for some reason we hate on the developers. Like, oh, but maybe not. It could be rubber banding, but it could be that the AI actually, you know, as you would in a regular race, your crew chief or your engineer gets on the radio and tells you, you know, you got to start pushing. So maybe they've included that. I have no idea. I have no idea. So we're up to like P24 right now. P23? No, 24. So I feel like there can be progress, but unless it comes down to just running perfect lap after perfect lap after perfect lap, and tuning the bike right, and making those improvements to the bike. So I don't know. I'm loving this sim though, and I think it's so cool that F1 Friday now. I mean, some people call MotoGP motorcycle Formula One. It's not really technically true, but it is F1 Friday. So to be able to throw this other sim in there is fun for me. And I don't even know what lap we're on. Yeah, I wish there could be some replay information. And I mean, I'll check again. P27. Yep, no lap info, but it looks like we're about halfway through. So you're gonna have to listen to me talking for another few minutes. What else is going on? I feel like graphics look a little better from this camera, and find it, and less so from here. Looks like the bike is floating, and the textures from here look really flat and 2002. But when you're on the bike, they tend to look better, I think. Yeah, it's tricky. And you know, well, let me go back to this camera, because I think this is the best one we got, and shows me being not sucky pretty well. Right? You see me getting it? You see me learning that line? Part of that I really do feel comes from the development programs, the practice programs, and I'm kind of kicking myself that I skipped them in the KTM series, the Red Bull Rookie series that we did. Like the underclass, the underclass. But to be able to go out and, you know, it's got the braking zone test, it's got the speed trap test, it's got the, what's the other one? It's got the trajectory test where you stay on the line, try to stay on the line. And I feel that that really does help because I know my line, I mean, I just go off the rubber on the track, honestly. I call that my line, but, you know, it may want me somewhere slightly different, and that could be the faster line. I don't know. But I've always, since racing sims have had a groove, a rubber groove, I've just been trying to stay in the rubber groove and playing it that way. There's something else I can tell you about this game. Slowing down early, trail braking, and really throwing the bike in early, it's like there's a delay. And again, I don't know if that's the developers, you know, being super accurate to real life MotoGP, or if it's just the way the code worked out. But you really have to kind of throw yourself into the turn early. And maybe that's meant to kind of capture the delay that it takes, you know, to shift your weight. Yeah, a little bit wide. And I know all of these. I mean, I'm not far behind, but I know all those little, you know, half a second here, half a second there, total it up, and it's like 2 or 3 seconds per lap. 2 or 3 seconds per lap will kill you. So it's encouraging. It's encouraging that I'm not getting dropped. But it's discouraging that I just can't make up that little bit of difference. And terrible. Terrible. Yep. Make a little mistake like that, lose your composure for a second, and instantly get past. That I find to be very accurate, because that is definitely something that you see in racing all the time. Just a momentary lapse of concentration and immediately get past. But like right there, I feel like I set him up, you know, got ready to do what I needed to do, and then executed the pass rather than just kind of throwing the bike around and flailing around. And then again right there. So yeah, it's progress. Whole new round of tracks. I imagine there will be some crossover between the tracks in the Petronas Sprinta series and the ones from the Red Bull Rookie series. I imagine there will be, but as of yet, I haven't seen this first round, first track. So Qatar. Either way, this is the first race, and curious to see what comes next. And I'm really curious. Wow, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this season without getting fired and sent back to the Red Bull Rookies. But if that does happen, if I do get sent down, I'm going to start using the practice programs as much as possible. Get the bike bumped up. Even though Red Bull Rookies is supposed to be spec racing, so maybe, I mean, I feel like I didn't see it there. Back on the track. Back on the track. There you go. I feel like I didn't see the ability to upgrade the bike in the KTM series. And that would make sense because, as far as I know, it is spec racing. All the bikes are identical. So it could be that if I get sent down, I can do the practice programs, but it won't let me build the bike as it does here. I know I got like 6,000, I think. 6,000 like technology points from those practice programs, and I can't, you know, obviously you can't apply them this weekend, but as soon as we're done here, I'll apply those points and start building the bike for next weekend. So maybe it's like that, I don't know how long the season is, 8 races, 10 races, that every weekend you do the practice programs, you get the points, dial in improvements on the bike, and then the following week you do better. So I don't know, maybe by mid-season we'll be able to make, right, like on the start, we'll be able to make up some positions instead of losing them and just getting dropped into turn 1. So we'll see. But I'm definitely looking forward to the upper classes, the actual Moto2 and MotoGP. And I don't know. I mean, in free play, you can just take any bike you want and go out and race it, whatever your favorite bike is. But I imagine this is like a lot of other race series where you get contract offers. You don't necessarily get to ride the bike that you want. You have to wait and see what contract offers you get. And I think we're just about done. Should be. Yeah, well, we have to be, because this has got to be lap 6 or 7, because those fools just all, right? Everybody just caught me up instantly, and I'm able to pass everybody back, but it seems weird to me that all those bikes would pass me, all those riders would pass me, like at virtually the same time, and my pace didn't significantly fall off. So that's what makes me wonder if there's a little bit of drama coded into the AI, a little bit of rubber banding. I don't know. Like I said, every developer says we would never do that, but who knows? I do get to race a little bit though, which is nice, because I don't like, and it happens more on the Formula One side, where, and I know Formula One in 2017, 2018 it's kind of procession racing. You know, you qualify, and there are a few passes on the first few laps, and then everybody just stays in line. You see how pit stops go, and then there's a couple more passes toward the end of the race, and that's it. It's still exciting. You know, it's Formula One. It's awesome, but it's not, it ain't the 1970s, or even the 80s for that matter. So, yeah, I'm able to pass these fools back little by little and get back to whatever it is, P25, P26. And then that's the end of the race. So it's, even though I'm off the back, it's still nice to be able to race with some other riders and not just kind of do hot laps by yourself. Trying to make every turn like one smooth flowing movement, and it's a lot harder than it looks. It's got me thinking though that I'm doing the same thing in car racing sims. I just can't notice it, because here you have, you know, the rider's body is a really clear indication of sort of what your steering position is, I guess, for lack of a better word. Whereas in a race sim, a car sim, it's like you can maybe saw on the wheel a little bit more and have it be sort of hidden. Not like you're trying to hide it, but I mean, you just don't notice it. Right? There's a little move to the inside. I'm getting strategery. I'm learning my, well, strategy. There he goes. And we're also going to have tire wear to consider too. Even in 50% races, we're going to have to start thinking about tires. There's a meter that I have turned on, but I never see it. Like in the options, it says the tire wear meter is turned on, and I never see it. And I don't know if that means that there isn't tire wear in these underclasses, and that's only in Moto2 and MotoGP, but I feel like I haven't seen it yet. Well, I know I haven't seen it yet. And I think this is the last lap, or nearly the last lap. Yeah. Back in P27. Oh, ripple strips. But then, like right there, oh, that's just about perfect. So there's definite progress. Okay, ignore that last part. Might not be progress everywhere, but there's some progress. You know what I'm saying. It's a fun sim. The sound is that's the other thing I'm looking forward to about the upper class, is to get a little bit more bass, because these smaller displacement bikes, lower displacement, whatever you want to, however you want to describe it. Smaller, yeah, smaller displacement. They're definitely kind of Vespa sounding. This guy. That guy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to being up front, dicing up front for the lead instead of for P26. I mean, I'll take it. It's not dead last, but I'd really like to be further up front. I mean, obviously, I'd like to be further up front. You know what I mean. Is this it? This is it. There we go. P26. We'll cycle back to our menu. Folks, thanks for stopping to check out the Portable Gamer. Let me get out of here. There we go. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of MotoGP 2018, MotoGP 18. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.